Support WrestleTalk!
Visit WrestleTalk.com.
Shinsuke Nakamura's WWE return confirmed. Team Hell No have their first match in 5 years. And let's just pretend that SANitY debuted on this show and forget about the previous 2 weeks. I am Luke Owen. Vote in the poll above my head to let me know what you thought of the show using this rating system. Smack damn, smack-tastic, smack bang in the middle, Ellsworthy, and a smack in the face. This is the 3rd of July 2018 edition of SmackDown Live in about 4 minutes. Team Hell No opened the show being interviewed by Renee Young. Kane explained that he came back to SmackDown to help Daniel Bryan because he was getting himself in trouble with the Bludgeon Brothers. They then had a fun argument about whether or not Kane always had Bryan's back, considering that he has previously tombstoned him around the ring and tried to abduct his wife before the Usos came out to interrupt. They claimed that Team Hell No shouldn't have a title shot so early, and then Paige here made a match between the two for tonight. And if the Usos won, they would be inserted into the Extreme Rules title match. This was a good segment, reminding us how much fun Bryan and Kane are together, putting over the Usos' accomplishments and giving the main event some stakes. This was a thumbs up. More thumbs up go to Jeff Hardy versus The Miz for the United States Championship. This was another open challenge, and although The Miz wasn't the most exciting choice for a surprise opponent, they had a really solid TV match. Miz tried to cheat but got caught, and then Jeff hit the twist of fate and swanton bomb for the win. Byron Saxton hosted the New Day's Independence Day pancake eating contest, making us forget he's not a great commentator by wearing a nice hat.
But she's got a new hat.
Saxton introduced each member of the New Day, making jokes about Kofi's former Jamaican gimmick, reminding us Xavier Woods was born in a barrel of butcher knives and raised in a forest fire, but sadly there wasn't enough time to introduce Big E. The contest itself barely got started before SANitY ran in and laid them out, including an Eric Young elbow drop through a table to Woods. Now this is a much better way to debut the team. I mean, look how shocked this guy was. Should we all just pretend that SANitY didn't lose to the Usos last week for no reason whatsoever? Has anyone got that memory thing from Men in Black? Asuka then took on James Ellsworth and his awesome new t-shirt in a battle of the sexes. This was really entertaining, with Ellsworth badly stretching and barely being able to do push-ups to stall for time. Asuka then beat him up and sent him running out of the arena, causing both of them to get counted out. As Asuka got back over the guardrail, Carmella laid her out and dragged Ellsworth backstage. Paige announced later in the show that Ellsworth and Asuka will have a rematch next week with the entire women's division at ringside. After missing the last 2 weeks of SmackDown Live due to a run-in with a big dog, no, not that one, Shinsuke Nakamura was announced to face Jeff Hardy at Extreme Rules for the United States Championship. AJ Styles cut a promo on Rusev before the Bulgarian Brute came out to tell him that he will kick down the door and evict AJ from the house that he built. Styles then had a match with Aiden English, which he won with the calf crusher. Rusev laid out AJ with a match kick and an accolade after the match. This was simple and effective booking. Iconics cut a selfie promo about how Peyton Royce would beat Becky Lynch, which was proven incorrect when she tapped out to the disarmer in a short and not all that great match. WWE are really putting over Lynch's submission, with the commentators pointing out that she's tapped out both members of Iconics, Sonya Deville and Charlotte Flair, in the last few weeks. One has to assume that they're building her up to be the next contender for either Asuka or Carmella. And in the main event, Team Hell No had their first match in 5 years taking on the Usos. Kane looked a bit clunky in the ring, which is probably due to him having commitments elsewhere, but the final few minutes were great. The Usos made a terrific comeback, but Kane hit the chokeslam on Jay to get the pin. The Bludgeon Brothers then came out for an awkward stare down that went on for a bit too long. This show was so much better than last week, and so much better than Raw on Monday. The majority of the wrestling was fun, Team Hell No and the Asuka Ellsworth match were really entertaining, and the debut of SANitY was great. And remember, it was their debut. It wasn't exactly a must-see show, and let's hope they pull out something big for the go-home show.
Giggity.
That's what she said. This week's episode of SmackDown Live was a pretty high smacktastic. Did you make it into our best YouTube comments of the week? Click the link on screen right now to head over to WrestleTalk.com and find out. I have been Luke Owen, and that was wrestling.